Hey guys, welcome to this video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all the AI tools for law firms nowadays. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I actually do understand how overwhelming it can get, especially when you're starting to learn AI for the first time. That was me like a year ago. I tried to learn AI and I had no idea what I was doing, right? There were just so much topics jumping all at me at once. So yeah, hopefully this video clears up any confusion, especially for you guys in the legal industry. And you're probably already wondering like, hey, how can I even implement AI into my business? Because there's other people doing it, and there's also the fear of like getting lost behind in the crowd, right? Because AI is really rapidly moving, so you kind of have to keep up with it, or you fall back, right? So it's a good thing that you're here. You're gonna learn a lot from this video. I'll try to make this as simple as possible for you guys to comprehend or understand. And yeah, let's jump right in. But yeah, let's start off by learning the problems that every law firm faces, because the only reason why you would implement AI in the first place is to solve some sort of issue, right? So the first issue would be time drain, right? Lawyers spend 60% of their time on repetitive tasks instead of high value client work. So what this could look like, I don't know, maybe you just keep reading over contracts, documents, stuff like that. And then the second issue would be client frustration. Slow response times and poor communication damages relationships. But not only relationships, but your firm's image, right? And your reputation. Because, I don't know, maybe you're slow to follow up on clients from missed calls, voicemails, or just even emails. Slow response times, poor communication, this could mean like your receptionist said something wrong, or a lot of your staff members told like 3 different answers to the same client. Third issue would be staff burnout. And this is really common. One attorney that I worked with, bro, this guy was a working machine, right? He slept sleeps 5 hours a day. I think that's crazy. And he actually follows up with all of his voicemails and missed calls after hours. Like manually, he calls them up. And I think that's really impressive, because what most people do is they just ask their secretary to call them up. But no, this guy does it all by himself. I think that's impressive. But anyways, teams overwhelmed with manual work leading to high turnover. Yeah. And then next issue is revenue loss. This is a big one. Missed billable hours and inefficient processes cost 20 to 30% of potential revenue. Inefficiencies in the workflows and processes, it just loses admin costs. Now we're gonna talk about the 4 types of AI that you can currently implement into your law firm. And first one would be document automations. This could look like just summarizing your documents or even making new documents, but we'll get into it later. And I'm pretty sure that ties into the time and efficiency. And then here we have client communication. This is directly tied to the AI speaking to the client, right? This could be either a chatbot or voice agent, but this also ties into time because it doesn't have to be a human manually talking to the potential client, and this also brings in money, right? Because usually AI closes better than a human, and it leads into efficiency as well, because you guys don't really need to worry too much on direct contact with the potential client. And here we have legal research. This would tie into also time and efficiency. And then last one is time tracking and billing. This is just time and efficiency, right? Okay, so now we're gonna actually dive deeper into what these actually mean. So document automations. So manual document work is an issue because it takes a lot of time, right? Lawyers spend 4 to 6 hours drafting documents and reviewing lengthy documents. Instead, you could be focusing on high clients. Yeah, the solution to this would be in a smart automation, which would be AI generates contracts, summarizes documents, and drafts legal briefs. I'm not if you're watching this, I'm not sure if you understand like how crazy AI has gotten to this point. You could literally feed the text of a whole book to AI, and it'll literally pump out the summary. It's crazy. And if you want, it can even like generate you an essay based on that. So same concept when it comes to drafting contracts or summarized documents. It's able to consume so much information and just pump it out the next second. This is one of the things like 10 years ago, and it's crazy. But yeah, results you can see immediately is 80% faster. Contract creation is 80% faster. Document review is 90% quicker. In the end, it gives you guys more time. But yeah, here's how it actually works. So you would start off by inputting data. Either you upload a document of your contract, whatever, into a portal, or enter the case details to the AI, and then the AI will process it, analyze the patterns, extracts infos, and it probably might have information on your own firm, so to better personalize things. And then it generates the output, creates a contract or summaries, and reviews and edits The lawyer makes the final adjustment, or the paralegal does. But yeah, here's a more in-depth of that. It can assess all the risks, does clause extraction and red flag identification, and it can email sort, privilege detection, create documents like automated briefs, contracts, or pleadings, legal forms, all personalized to your firm and the way you guys do it. And some examples of this would be like Contract AI, DocuSign AI, Luminous, stuff like that. Okay, next one is client communication. This is probably the most important one, because this actually brings in the money, right? If you could perfect this one with AI, you guys are set, right? This one is more about for time. This one focuses on money. But yeah, the issue with client communication is 24/7 availability. This is the biggest bottleneck, right? Not all firms can afford 24-hour coverage. If you are just a small firm, like, you can't afford to pay someone to stay after hours and just call. So that's where AI comes in. Clients expect constant availability, especially for emergencies. Emergencies, you cannot wait. If someone wants to call at 9 p.m., they don't expect the call tomorrow, they expect the call right now. So they expect calls, but they unanswered after hours. The solution would be an AI assistant, because AI works 24/7. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't take breaks, no lunch breaks, no vacation. Chatbots and voice assistants are your best friend, because they will handle the inquiries and schedule appointments. And most of the time, it's better than human. Like, a lot of the case studies that I've seen and people I've worked with, AI just does a much better job at like lead conversions or even booking appointments. Like even 50% more booking appointments. It's crazy. The biggest one, 24/7 support. They're always available. 70% fewer missed admin calls, and 95% client satisfaction. When you talk to AI, it just sounds better than a human. It's crazy to hear that, but it's true. Especially if you don't know that you're talking to AI.
Hi, you've reached Brian's law firm. We're currently closed, but I'm the after-hours assistant. I can take down a few details so someone from our legal team can follow up.
When people did a survey, the experience of talking to an AI versus a real human was way better. So the way client communication would work is, first, the client contacts either through phone, chatbot, or email received to your firm, and then the AI triage, right? It will determine urgency, topic. It will even capture like name, date, phone number, all that stuff, and then it'll send all that stuff to maybe a CRM or something. It provides answers or schedules a callback, but most likely it'll just enter the info into a CRM, either for your staff to follow up, or the AI can just like book an appointment on the spot. And if it needs to, it can just hand it off to a human. Complex issues go straight to lawyers, but AI also it filters out all the tire kickers, right? I know a lot of firms, they just get a lot of people just asking for free advice, but yeah, that's one of the beauties of AI. So an in-depth look into it would be 24/7 chatbots versus assistants. Instead of paying like 30 grand per year, you'd pay like way less, like I don't know, 5K for AI. Way cheaper and way better. You have smart client portals, intake forms. AI can also like have adaptive forms that adjust based on the case types and responses. Some examples would be ClearGrow type form. There's also Smith AI. Yeah. And then next up, legal research. This is more focusing on time. So like stuff that a paralegal would do, but way faster, way more efficient and accurate. So the problem that firms have is slow research. Junior lawyers spend 10 to 15 hours researching, and often they miss precedents. Humans aren't perfect, and probably neither is AI. But the thing is that AI just does it a little better. So the solution to slow research would be smart search, right? AI will search millions of cases and predict outcomes, because AI already has access to all that. A human doesn't. A human only has access to whatever they've learned in their lifetime. And the results is research 75% faster and 40% more relevant cases found. The way it works is you'll query an input, like enter the case facts or even the legal question. The AI will search millions of cases instantly, and then it'll rank it off, ranks by relevance and strength, and it'll give it to you. And lastly, summary report. It'll generate insights with key precedents, and all that circles back to just saving time for the lawyer or paralegal. I don't know. More in depth is case law analysis, case similarity, statute and regulation research. You get real-time updates, compliance checking and regulatory analysis, and brief writing and citations. You can structure your arguments, And you even have legal writing assistants, right? If you're not the best at English, or I don't know, speak legal lingo, AI is the one for you. We have Harvey AI as one tool, Ravel Law as another one. And yeah, lastly, this is tracking and billing. This also focuses on just saving time. Okay, so first, the issue is lost billable hours, right? Manual time tracking leads to lost hours and delayed invoicing. And the solution to this is auto tracking. So AI will track all activities and generate invoices automatically, so you guys don't have to do it. And the result would be 25% more revenue. So it captures 20% more billable hours and invoices 90% faster. The way it works is that it will monitor activity, track emails, calls, documents, and next up, it'll time allocate, assigns time to the correct cases, and rate application applies the correct billing rate, and auto invoices generates the detailed invoices. So time tracking and billing falls more into automation. I guess it's more fixated on time, but it's not as important as these three. This one focuses on money, the most important probably. This one focuses on time, and I think this also focuses on time as well. So these are the expected results if you actually did implement the AI tools. You would save 40 to 60% on time. This is a big one. Reduce 25% or 35% cost. Matter of fact, you're gonna be making more money, especially with the client-facing AI or client communication. This falls into either inbound or outbound. So you've probably encountered an AI chatbot on any website, but yeah, that would be an example of an inbound because you are directly talking to the AI, or you send out the first message. But an inbound would look like an AI giving a phone call to the lead as soon as they enter the system or fill out an intake form. This is the one that's going to be milking the most money because you can do this at scale. Buy all the leads, send out all the phone calls, and the inbound one is just focuses on saving the lead, especially after hours or during lunch break. If someone calls, they don't pick up. Instead, AI picks up. You guys could capture the lead instead of them calling another firm. Inbound, yeah, calls them first. Okay, and implementation timeline. You're probably wondering how would I actually take next steps to get AI onto my firm? So yeah, this would be a practical roadmap of how to get started with AI. So yeah, phase 1, you would actually assess and plan. I don't know, bring out your CTO or something. Evaluate your current processes, select tools, and begin staff training on basic AI concepts. And also identify if there's any potential gaps in your intake system, first of all. And then phase 2 was the client intimation. Start with the document automation. This is the basics and basic chatbots. Test this with a small group of cases or just run a trial, right? 1 week or 2, see how it works. And then eventually you can roll out to the entire firm. Add advanced features like research tools, workflow automations, or even tracking, dashboard. And then lastly, automation, optimization, my bad. Fine-tune systems and add your custom AI models. You probably don't need this one, but implement advanced analytics. Okay, and next step is what to do first, right? Start with documents. This is the most beginner friendly. Begin with document summarization tools for immediate time saving. And then maybe you can move on into the money milking machine, right? Add client chat. Implement a basic chatbot for 24/7 client inquiry handling. And then maybe you can automate your billing. You probably already do this, but just save time, capture 25% more billing hours. But what I want to focus on today's video is the voice agent, right? Because I've seen the most results from implementing a voice agent. A chatbot, they work, but only if you get traffic to your website. But voice agents, these actually make a big difference. Implementing a voice agent, you'll literally see an immediate 50% more conversions or booked meetings. I cannot stress how important it would be to implement a voice agent, preferably an outbound one, because the inbound one is like I said earlier, it focuses on saving the leads, but the outbound focuses on getting new leads, right? It calls them up. I actually build inbound and outbound voice agents for law firms, so this would be my biggest expertise. The rest I've only touched on a little bit, but I'm telling you, bro, I don't care if you work with me or you work with someone else, please get some sort of voice agent, inbound or outbound. Maybe start off with inbound first, because the first step would be to save the leads first, and then you can start working on milking the clients, right? That would be the outbound job. Inbound job is to save the leads, especially from after hours, right? Hope you guys understand.
Oh yeah, and by the way, all of the links to the resources will be available in the description below. But yeah, feel free to give it a check out, and yeah.
But that is today's video. I hope you guys really took some sort of value from this, and I really hope that you got some sense of how AI can actually fit into your law firm. Because here's the thing, I was once in your position too. I had no clue how AI worked. It was so overwhelming to get all these topics thrown at me at once. There's like 1,000 videos on YouTube about AI, and I wish I could just have like all the centralized information all in one video. So that's what I'm giving to you guys today. And I get it, right? Because if you're watching this, you're probably like in the legal industry or an attorney. You probably don't have a clue on how AI works. And neither did I when I started out. Hopefully this video gave you some sort of clarity or understanding, because if you're gonna move forward with AI, it's important that you actually know how it works, where it can be implemented, what results you can see with AI. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if I yapped too much. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye bye.